Well, good morning. I've just spent my first night on board my new boat. I've had worse night's sleep for sure. Um, wasn't bad. Had one mosquito that definitely kept trying to harass me, and I think he finally died of exhaustion, which was good. But I've just purchased this Cape Dory 28 1980 model. Needs some love. It needs some love. The guy was a nice guy, though, the owner, previous owner, and he's going to help me with a couple of minor things. We're going to do a quick oil change, and I'm going to be getting it back up to Jacksonville. It's in Titusville right now, Melbourne, Cape Canaveral area. But name of the boat is Mirage, and I like that name. I'm going to keep that name. I have low battery, so this is going to go for now. Well, let me just plug in a second. My phone's a little old, and I'll be getting a new model here soon, but I've got some big plans for this boat. One of the definitions of mirage is a dream, of course, and I have the dream. I'd like to see 30,000 miles under this keel, taking it around the world. And I don't know if I can make that happen or not. 55 years old. But that's the dream. That's the dream. So the name stays. I like the name. It's a good name. Mirage. I may modify it and call it my Mirage, because it's my dream. Dream that I've had since I was 17, 18, let's say. 18. I was in the Navy, and I went up to Newport, Rhode Island for some training. Saw my first sailboat that I paid attention to, and the dream was born back then in the Navy, you know. So I've had the dream for a long time, and I can talk a lot more about that. Did get to live aboard for a while with my wife back when we were young. Have had sailboats, worked with the yacht broker, you know, lots of different things. But Cape Dory's good boat, good reputation. Had an interesting experience during the trial motor, because we didn't sail it. I know how it sails. I've had a Pearson Ariel 26, which is a very similar boat, and you like that shot better? I don't know. But I've had a Pearson 26, so I know how the boat sails, and there wasn't really room here where we're at to sail. I was more concerned about the motor, because I've got to go approximately 120, 130 nautical miles to get it from here back up to Jacksonville, and I'm going to be doing that over the Thanksgiving holiday. 2017, by the way, is the year. But she motored fine, but on the way back, the shifter's got a little issue. And on the way back in, we were coming in at dock speed, 2 to 3 knots. We were doing fine, but when we went to try to get it into, as we were making sure we could get it in reverse, we could not. And John was actually still piloting. I was up on the bow, and it got it into what he thought was reverse and gave it some throttle, and nope, it was still in forward. So we picked up some speed and rapidly ran out of room and came right into, basically ran right into one of the wooden pilings that are at the back of the slips that you tie your stern lines to. And I had my foot on the little bowsprits that Cape Dories have, and I thought, this could be interesting. But all that happened was it shoved the piling out of the way. Obviously, it's an older piling. These docks are, work docks. But it's not concrete and floating, it's older style. But it just shoved it out of the way and said, "Excuse me, I'm coming through." I didn't even feel the slightest movement in the bowsprit itself. And from there, we kind of slid off and ran right up onto the dock. Again, just, it was like, "Hello, excuse me, I'm coming this way. I'm headed toward land." And boat extremely solid. We got a little scuff mark on the bow because of it. And I thought, okay, this boat's got some bones to her. She's solid. And that's really what sold me. A lot of people might have been scared off, but that shifter, that's a mechanical issue. You're going to run into stuff like that all the time if you're going to sail a boat. And I've already decided I'm just going to buy a new shifter. It's $236 from Defender Marine, about the cheapest place I could find one. Made by, I can't remember the name of the company, but anyways, shifter for sailboats, very common, B400 model. But I'm going to get that ordered and come back down next weekend and get that done. And then the following weekend, I'll be taking her back up. So there'll be some more video then. Yeah, we need a little work. I'm not happy with the galley area here or anything like that. This is, I don't know, just not up to Cape Dory standards to me. Definitely not. But we're going to get her in Bristol shape. That's what we're going to do. And I'll keep a log. And it'll be a couple of years, several years, before we're actually out there on the seas. But when I get my famous YouTube video series going like all the other big guys out there, this can be my start right here. See you out there.